Obviously, you'll be on the field already, but to get our guys engaged with the student section, I mean, you're the ones they're going to hopefully be going to class together with, spend time with, socially, interact, whatever it is. But if we can kind of get that going throughout the whole state, it's going to be driven by what you do and what we do. I know that right now. We're kind of working with administration on some changes. Hopefully nothing will affect the band. I don't want to do that, but one of the things that I found a little bit comical as I went out and talked to different groups is everybody said that we didn't need to hear a weather report in the middle of the third quarter. I think some of the older Arkansas fans haven't discovered the internet, and that the weather report is available to touch on the phone. So we're going to hopefully make some things a little bit more lively, get the crowd interjected. Obviously, we got to be a big part of it, but we're all in this together. I know the ultimate reward is the more success we have, then everybody gets to go someplace nice at the end of the year. You know, that's the biggest reward for everybody. You know, if there's ever anything I can do, I know we'll as coaches, as players, one thing I would say is, you know, being involved on game day, if you see recruits, if you see us have recruits out and walking around the university or whatever it is, I'm always blown away. We can recruit a young man for like 2 years, and he may have a 48-hour visit to our campus. A lot of times it's tied into game day, and a mom or a dad or someone could be easily swayed just by another student saying hello, talking about how great the university is, someone they may meet in the classroom. So anytime you can help us in that regard, I would greatly appreciate it, because sometimes those little touches go way, way beyond more than anything you can ever imagine. And I greatly appreciate for somebody that already done that in the past. I don't have much more really to say other than the fact that I really appreciate everything you do. I will give a quick band story. You want to hear best band story? The reason I played the tuba is I was the biggest person in the band. I started off as a cornet. I was in 5th and 6th grade, so I was playing the cornet. I thought I was pretty good. And my band director at the time, Mr. Johnson, came up to me and he said, "Hey, we'd really like you doing so well at cornet. We'd really like you to switch to baritone."
Baritone love!
Switched to the baritone and started getting a hold of that, feeling pretty good about myself when I graduated. Went into high school. I got done my freshman year playing baritone. Ironically, we lost our one tuba player. I graduated with 42 people, so it wasn't a real big school to begin with. But my band director came at the time, Mr. Rogowitz, came to me and said, "Hey, you're doing such a great job at baritone. We'd really enjoy if you switched to tuba." And I'm like, how come every time this happens? And I was feeling good because they kept telling me it was a promotion. And then at my high school graduation, my band director told me the only reason I got promoted is I was the biggest guy. Yeah, it did. I'm still scarred a little bit. But the best was we had a all-state band in Illinois. They had this thing where you qualify, and I went to you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we go, and I go to this qualifying round, and there's 6 other tuba players. There's 7 of us total, and by far I was the worst. I was like very, very conscientious about it, but didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to. But the number 1 guy was the biggest, guy that you don't have to say much. You know what kind of guy he is. So we go for the seating. We go play all morning, and we go play for the directors, and they go ahead and they seat you. And this guy was kind of pimping me a little bit because he knew I couldn't play as much as him. Well, they go to announce he is seated last, and I'm seated first. Go through that whole hour-and-a-half training session. At the end of the training session, the band director announces, "Hey, there has actually been a mishap in the tuba section," and reverse the order. I had to go from first chair to last chair. Kind of been playing it up a little bit, I had to eat my words. So now we're in a 2-hour break before the grand finale performance, right? For the deal. I'm a little bitter. This kid's really starting to piss me off. So I sneak into the auditorium when everybody's away getting dinner, and I'm going to fix this guy's tuba, so I unscrew his valve. I started looking for paper, to jam down the valves. Yes. Can't find no paper. At that time, my dad had given me a wallet. I had this big-ass wallet in my back pocket. pull out, and all I have is like, you know, like schedules from your high school. You know, 'cause you're carrying that, and you're carrying a bunch of stuff, and I'm not thinking I'm not a great burglar. I start shoving his tuba full of every schedule I had in my life. You name it, which I thought was a great idea. So then, not only do I get done with it, I proceed to go in and tell about 20 buddies that I kind of struck up. Like, wait till he goes to blow on his tuba. So now we're out there at the concert, getting ready to play the national anthem. Boom, he goes to blow, no blow. I'm kind of smiling over there. They start taking it apart, they pull it out, and all of a sudden, this lady's like looking at me because it didn't take them long to identify that my high school was Provincetown High School. Every flyer, every schedule was from Provincetown High School. Needless, they figured it out pretty quick. But I did make him cry, which I felt really good. I never did any band camps, so that's about as good as it gets. Can't do anything with that. But thank you for everything you do. Hopefully, let's have a great year. Take it one game at a time and have a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah.